Beep, 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 pop up. And we should be live now. Check if the chat is working. Chat is working there. Let's see if it to work over here. Actually seems like the chat is working. Yes, it is. Nice. Oh. Excellent. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Okay. Let's start with the boring part. For some, for me, it's excellent time spent. I'm going over to my fishing spot to fish a stack of fish. So I slowly gain some gold. And then we have a lot of quests to actually do. And apparently I have a few green quests, it seems. Yeah. Okay, green quests up here. So I can fish, then go up here and clear out one green quest, and I can continue down here and do some more. And apparently I have a quest. Silver pine. Okay. Direction. Apparently I also have one for Thunderbluff. Hmm. There it is. Ba ba ba. Da 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 da. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I do enjoy this position because not only is there fish, but there's also copper and tin spawning in these waters. Okay. Oh, I soon need bigger bags. Okay. There's no fishing pool up, but I'm just gonna fish anyways. Ba, 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 ba. And when I get level 20, I can finally level up all my skills. That will be nice. Okay. Looks like I missed that one. I need more deviant fish. because they do sell quite well. It's about 7 to 10 gold for a stack of these Flavor Delights server. And luckily I found the recipe. Ba, ba, ba. I keep looking if a pool will spawn because I cannot track fish yet. Oh, another vein. Okay, let's go for the vein after this fish. Come on. Thank you. Now down to mine. Go again. I tend to fish the first 20-ish minutes every time I come online. Just because it's a great way to actually make money. I don't think I can do anything else at this level to gain as much money as mining and fishing at this position. But I might be wrong. So if anyone knows a better position, a better place to actually get gold, let me know. I do love some gold. I should probably buy better bags soon as well. Seven. Come on. Give the deviant fish, please. That's not deviant fish. Hello. I'm fine, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty fine. How are you doing? Oh, that's good to hear. How is sorry if I misremember, but you were about to start on a new job, right? In this one, it's level 70. It's the Burning Crusade expansion. I only started a week ago, and I'm leveling like 10 characters at once. So I have all these characters that I'm leveling at the same time. Because I just cannot help myself. Not a pool. My favorite class, mage, I think. My first character ever was a mage. And yeah, I think mage. I'm not the best mage, but it's my favorite class. As you can see, I have one of each class here, and a few warriors because I have banks characters. But yeah, my first ever character in World of Warcraft was a troll mage called Rastas. And I have been called Rastas ever since. Yeah. But I did became I became main tank and main healer down the line. But it's just something special about the mage. I'm gonna level as a frost mage though. Back in Classic, I leveled as a fire mage. And this time it's a PvE server instead of a PvP server, so I'm also kind of happy about that, because I just like getting ganked when I'm farming stuff. Oh, yeah, that's such a cool class as well, but it's so expensive in Classic because you have to buy the spell books for all your pets. And it can just end up costing you a ton. But I soon got my stack of fish, so I can move on from farming. That is true. You did have to do that epic quest chain, but with friends it was fairly doable for the epic mount. I do love the mount though, it looks amazing. But yeah, I made a video about how World of Warcraft changed my life, and then one of my mates saw it, and he was like, "You do know that they have this server up now?" And I was like, "Yeah, want to play on it?" And I was like, "Sure." That's a week ago, and it's kind of nice to actually play it again together. Yeah, I remember I was incredibly jealous of the Void Walker when you were leveling as a mage. Because I leveled as a fire mage, I did not have the same crowd control as a frost mage, and I was so jealous of the Void Walker because they could just stand there and spam spells while the Void Walker was tanking everything. My uncle used to main a warlock though back in Classic. I actually named my warlock on this server after his, in kind of like a tribute. Yeah, it kind of does. It's my raptor pet. kind of funny that this was like high-tech graphics back in 2000s. When did World of Warcraft come out? Was it 2004, 2005, something like that? Oh, another vein popped up. Let's get that. Oh, and a fishing pool spawned. That was nice. Should give me the last 2 fish I need for a stack. Are any of you playing World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade now? Yeah. I'm leveling this beside my mage at the moment for money gains, basically. I do believe, though, a mage actually set the record when Classic came out again in 19. No, I am mining and skinning on this one. And fishing and cooking. So it's gonna be a money-making character. So we have a stack of fish. Now we can move on upwards to the quest area. Oh, another pool spawned and a vein. Why not? Would be a shame just to leave 3 gold here. Oh, another vein spawned in the lake. Wonder if that person is taking it. It's the normal realm. I used to play on a PvP realm way back in the days. And I hated getting, like, a level Skull Rogue just appearing out of nowhere, one-shotting you. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. But to be fair, I played Mist of Pandaria as well, and the PvP realms there, they were not really PvP realms because it was so one-sided that chance of you ever seeing someone from the opposite faction was like 0. Yeah, exactly. You get so frustrated. You're just trying to quest, and then a level skull character just have fun killing you over and over. And if you don't know anyone on that realm, you're just like, help someone, please. One annoying thing though is that it seems like Blizzard have done something because none of my auction add-ons are working. Yeah,
I can't attack that.
I never got to play as level 60 on a PvP server because I swapped servers before I hit max level because I was just too tired of getting ganked all the time, and then I met some people who played on a PvE server instead. So I just transferred my characters over there. Yeah, I do love when they're crafting though, that hammering their hand into the other one. Uh, I can't even remember why I actually picked trolls back in the old days. I think I couldn't really read English. So I just took something I was like, oh, this looks semi-cool. Let's take that. I don't know if they removed the jokes. I remember they removed them at some point because some of the jokes were kind of bad. Let's see.
I like my women dumpy and droopy with halitosis.
They made this less silly.
Cocaine's done. You here? I heard if you cut off an extremity, it'll regenerate a little bigger. Don't believe it.
Oh, that was a dirty joke.
I got a shrunken. I just came out of the pool.
Another dirty joke. Okay. That's a human. No, they made it slash silly instead.
New troll here. New troll here. I got a shrunken. I just came out of the pool.
A white mage. There's a priest, druid, shaman, paladin. Later on, there's a monk as well. I feel like I forgot some classes.
Need a target.
Oh, there's a chest there. But yeah, the white mage must be a priest. Yeah. But then again, the internet was not like in the younger days, people didn't like storm the internet getting mad about stuff. They were just like, okay. And then moved along. Nowadays, some people make it an art form being like being mad at stuff. Oh, wool, I need that.
I need to get closer.
It's crazy how many of these have no feet, apparently, because I am not getting their feet. My main character back in the Burning Crusade was actually a mage called Marianne. That was days. My god, they're just not dropping the quest items. Oh, there's a vein. Yeah, some of them are really annoying. Yeah. I think one of it might not be the worst, but one of the annoying ones as well is the one where you have to go to Thunderbluff within a set amount of time, and deliver some stuff. And you're just like, okay, well, I'll go there then. And then you just walk for like 15 minutes to get there. Oh. Oh no. I cannot move. Yeah. I know some of it was just to fill up like time and space, but still, it's just like if you didn't read the quest the correct way, you might just fail it because you were like doing other stuff on the way, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I only have 5 minutes left. And the same with all the running back and forth is basically just it's just filler. It's like some of the quests where you have to go to somewhere, give them something, and then walk back and hand something back to the other guy, and then you just repeat, walk back and forth, and you go like, couldn't you just have mailed this to the other guy? Why should I do this for you? I still remember the plague though that hit World of Warcraft at one point. That was exciting times. Or all the times that people pulled a world bus into the city. That was also funny. Okay. I can't even remember his name, but the big dude running around at the portals back then. Lord Karasar, something like that. People just pulled him into Stormwind, and then and he just killed everything. Yeah, that I do. That I did, sorry. we ran out of games in Denmark, so when I got my PC, I actually had to wait a few months before I could actually get a physical copy of the game. Oh, did I just take the fish as well? Yeah, no, why not? It's free gold. And not only did I play the game, but my mom, my uncle, my aunt's husband, two other family members, and my girlfriend at the time played World of Warcraft. So we played it quite a bit in the family. Yeah. I used, was it, oh, what was the website called? Futbot or something like that before Wohead came along. I think it was Futbot. And then I asked people, like, how do you do this quest? Because I were not able to correctly read all the quests. So I never really understood what I was doing. But yeah, I don't get it how people play today without Questy. It's just such a nice add-on. I do know some people use what is called rested experience. And I can see the appeal of having an add-on that basically tells you where you have to go and do stuff and all that and in what order to maximize the leveling. But I also think it takes kind of the fun out of it. Oh, I remembered correctly with Fatbot. Uh, does it even exist anymore? Let's just Google. Yes, every Monday. But it's different games I stream. Last week I streamed the new Starship Troopers game. The week before that, I actually cannot recall what I streamed that week. But yeah, I tend to. But now that I've begun on World of Warcraft, I might just stream World of Warcraft again on Mondays.
Warcraft victory. Taboo.
Yay, we have to go back there now. Hooray for that. I do believe, though, I'm going to Warcraft first to clear out some backspace. I don't think there's a cooking vendor thingy here.
Who you be? You see it? Go for.
But I played a ton of different games on this channel. And my channel just turned 1 year 3 weeks ago, so that was weird. Yeah, it's the nostalgia of it. There is a post on my channel, and in that post there is, I think it's 3 or 4 YouTube links to a guy I used to play with. He recorded me and him and another guy while we tree-manned all the dungeons back in Classic World of Warcraft. I've watched them now and again, and I just get like pulled back to us sitting in the same room, chatting, having fun, calling out stuff, and just chilling. Then we all got girlfriends and kids and proper jobs, educations, and that stuff. And now playing is more of a luxury. No, it was really great. And one of the things that made World of Warcraft great was that the owners basically just were like, okay, we are nerds, we're gamers. What can we do to that will, like, we think will be cool? And they just did that, and it just worked. Now they are being worked to death by the new owners, and they're just, everything is more profit than actually game joy. Or at least that's how I feel about it.
Who you be? Spirits be with ya, man.
I do miss my cooking hat from Wrath of the Lich King, though. When you are able to instantly cook everything, it's just nice. I think I need to get some better meat for my pet, because this meat is too low level for it. Do you still play World of Warcraft? Or have you stopped? Because I don't play current anymore. I stopped way... No, it shouldn't. I cannot remember when I stopped. I think it's 1 or 2 expansions after Draenor. Then I didn't play for like a year or 2, and then Classic came out. Yeah.
McGraw, what do you need? For the Horde.
Yes, it is. And it's not... I do love casual games. But... Oh. Nice. Warcraft is an MMO, so you need to play it with people. That's how you best experience this game. And I just feel like when you're just like, yeah, when it came out in 19, yeah, it's just when you play like Mist and stuff like that, where you just go into an heroic and then you just clear that and then you have full raid gear. It's just like, okay, that was easy. Takes a bit of the fun out of it. Of you actually, wait a second. Can that sold for gold? It can. More gold, that's not too bad. For something I fished up. But yeah, as when I got asked if I wanted to play this again, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind playing this again, but I also had to say that I don't want to play it alone. And two of my mates are playing it as well when they have time. And we just did, what is it called? A Rage Fine Cabin in Orgrimmar yesterday evening. That was chill, but you know, it was just nice playing with someone again. Instead of just locking in, doing your daily heroic, locking out, without actually doing anything.
For the Horde.
Yeah, it really does. You just don't get to it by doing nothing. Like in Cataclysm, when I began to see people selling AFK farms, where you just stood AFK in an area and then they leveled you by killing stuff, I was like, why play the game if you're then gonna pay someone else to level your character? That is like a major part of the game. And it just, I was just like, what? And it just like, it just hit me like a dagger in my heart. Yeah. Oh, the tin already sold. That was fast. That's half gold. I do believe it's because many of the people who have come back to classic World of Warcraft are people who played it back then who were kids but are now adults. But I have really one of the things I hated about Cataclysm and Mist of Pandaria is how angry people got at each other over loot from the raids. And it's just like, grow up, guys. Oh, the cover sold as well. That was also nice. Like, I have seen people basically do temper tandems because they didn't get the loot they wanted. And it's just like, but you didn't win the role. Like, but it doesn't entitle you to get the loot. That's not how the game works. And then when they were fully geared, they just stopped coming. That was also annoying. Like gearing up a person to be some sort of role, and when they're fully geared, they're like, "Oh, I have all I need," and then they just bugger off. Holy shit! It's everything is just being sold right now. It's the last item I'm gonna sell as well. If everything's sold, it's about 15 gold for 20 minutes work. In the beginning of the stream, that's not too bad. I kind of wish though that I would find more recipes of the Savior Delight, because they do sell for around 20 gold on the neutral auction house. But I might have to actually spend some money on bigger bags at some point. That's the downside of the Hunter in Classic, is you actually need your ammunition. So it takes up a backspace. I need to find a Thunder Lizard. You are not a Thunder Lizard. I don't think I'm gonna do that quest. Let's see. Oh, a 10 vein. Go for that. But I kind of have one of my mates when we began playing last week. Due to me having, he has small children, I don't. So I kind of like offered to actually be the main money earner in the beginning. So I kind of have to make enough money for two of us. Not yet, no. This is my highest level at 18. Then I have 16, 15, 10, 10, 5, 6, 5, 5. I only began a week ago. And I don't play every day because I don't have the time for that. Stop giving me tails, I want your horn. Ah, the drop rates of classic quests is also amazing, I love it. I cannot remember what quest it was, but I did a quest once where I got around 2 levels before I got the quest item I needed. And it was just farming the same mobs over and over again. Oh, it was amazingly dumb. Wait, there's a quest thingy over here. Let's check that out. Seems like there's some sort of mob you have to kill for a quest item. Bring the hoof. Okay. I cannot see any named. No named mobs here, okay. Can I get up here? Nice. Let's see, what do we have? Visit the nest. Okay, we could do that on the way as well. I would say though that the Baron's chat is very quiet versus when we played the Bag and Classic. Baron's chat was just insane. So let's see, there should be a nest somewhere around here. That's the silver. It should be over here if I recall. Well, it is a great game. The only dangerous thing about this game is that before you know it, you have just spent countless hours playing the game. when I stopped playing the game, I checked my mage and my priest total playtime, and they both had around 700 total days played. That's like 2 years on each of those characters alone. It was insane.
I need to get sir.
Yeah, I don't think you can see the chat. I kinda had to hide it away when I was playing Miss of Pandaria, because as an officer, the officers' chat were visible, and we were sometimes discussing stuff that other people shouldn't be able to see. So I had to hide it behind my my tiny screen there on the left. Don't mind if I skin that on the way. Ooh, medium leather. That's nice. My leather worker has gotten to that level. That's actually the first thing I did. I leveled all my characters to level 5 and gave them all professions. To make sure that I had every profession covered in the game.
I can't do that.
It really is. Yeah, it's a time eater beyond anything else, but I also enjoy it because it's just, I can just log on and then I can just like fish for half an hour, just chilling, listening to some music, watch a movie or something, you know. And then when people I actually care about comes online, I can talk to them and have sort of a social life, um, chilling with them. And I would say I have actually met a lot of really amazing people through this game. Sadly, when they stopped playing, and then they like disappeared. But there's a lot of those people I kind of wish to actually, you know, say hi to again. It's going for that one. Ouch.
That's still recharging.
Come on. I missed. Go. No, actually you don't. You can just, like, it has everything. And even greater, my PC can actually run it. I was asked by someone if I wanted to try Cyberpunk, and I did that, but my PC had a hard time recording it and also playing it at the same time. And when I played Mount and Blade, sometimes if I was in a major battle, my PC could also begin to like stall out a bit. Sadly, it's gonna take a while to actually save up the money to actually buy a new PC. Yeah, costing quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I did. And the great thing is, I'm dyslexic and I couldn't really write or read English that well. But I got into a guild with some great people from around the world, and they knew that because I told them. And instead of just telling me I was dumb or something like that, when we were raiding and I was typing stuff in the chat or something, and I misspelled something, they just whispered me and said, "Oh, by the way, next time remember you need another N in that word, you know." And slowly but surely, I became better and better at English, and it was amazing. I loved it. It was really great. And if someone had some problems in real life, we all like helped as good as we could and stuff like that. Most guilds I've been in has actually been like a second family, because when you play that many hours with people, you get close because you just chat and talk and stuff like that. I still remember we were at a LAN party, um, and we had a raid coming up in Karasan back then, and we were stuck at the first boss. And then we got to the second boss, and we have just wiped on him for like 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight, something like that. And we killed him in, I think it was first or second try. And since everyone at that LAN party was part of that raid, um, like we all just leaped out of our chairs and cheered and were like, woohoo! And it was just such an amazing feeling of achieving something together with people that you care about. And that feeling, I believe, is what many people come back to the game for, to kind of like achieve stuff with other people. There's also a lot of people that just come here to complete everything and get the best gear, and that's it. But I do think that experience of success with other people is kind of what made World of Warcraft great, was because you had success, but you had it with other people as well, and you bonded over it and had fun, and it was just amazing. People today get mad if you cannot kill the raid boss on like the first or second try. Then they're just like, oh, this is not serious, and then they just leave, and then you're just like, okay, bye, I guess. And it's annoying, especially when you're just playing to have fun, and the people that you play with are just playing to have fun, and then people join and just expect everything to be cleared on heroic the first day, basically. And it's like, no, that's not what we do. Where is that? Up there, okay.
Blood and thunder for the Horde. Drink. Time is money, friend.
Yeah, it is.
Hurry back. Keep it real. Glad I could help. Hurry back.
Yeah, it was like the trial and error of just doing random stuff before there was guides and stuff like that. It was amazing.
Potential customer. Have a good one.
And you also kind of expected that the people who joined you like had some form of idea of their class, of what they're doing, maybe like they knew a bit about the game. Now it's just like people just expect to be carried through the game. And again, it's sad because why play a game if you're paying others to just carry you through it and get your gear and stuff like that? Then you're really not playing the game. But if you want to see some classic World of Warcraft, I highly recommend some of the videos my mate made in the post on my page, because it's just, for me, as I said, it's pure nostalgia from my point of view. And another thing about Classic is we were in a raid. We had a... Yeah, it actually do. We had a raid in Thrall's Lair, and we had a main tank that we have geared up, and he had pretty decent gear. And we just wiped and wiped and wiped. And we just couldn't kill him. And then he was like, well, I have to leave now. And then he left. And we were like, well, we have time for one more try. And then we made the off tank. And then we just killed him in the first try when the off tank was tanking. And then I talked with the off tank afterwards. And he was like, oh, yeah, it's because I noticed that the other tank didn't use these and these defensive abilities. So he took a lot of damage all the time. And that made the other tank super mad that he was told that he forgot to actually use his abilities. And he actually ended up leaving. But it didn't matter because we all of a sudden we just had an amazing main tank. We even had a raid where he disconnected in the beginning of a boss fight. And when he came back, the boss was dead, and he hadn't lost aggro throughout that encounter because he had been so proficient at it in the beginning that he had aggro through the fight. Oh, it was so fun. And we didn't even know he had disconnected before he came back and said, I'm back. One thing I do enjoy about the Burning Crusade, though, is dual spec. Because I remember leveling as a tank and a healer, and if you couldn't find groups to just do the same dungeons over and over with, it was just a pain in the ass to actually do dungeons. And not dungeons, I mean the farm and quests and stuff like that. dual spec was really, really amazing. What is your favorite faction then, actually? I can't remember if they did that in the first batch. They might have in the second batch, but I just love it. It's one of those. It's one of those small things that doesn't like change the game overall that much, but it's just such a massive improvement from for people who were like main tanks, and they kind of had to have a second character who were able to farm for them because you couldn't farm that well as a tank. I started as Horde and then went Alliance because my entire family played Alliance. So I kind of joined them in Wrath of the Lich King. And then it's been Alliance since until this point. So it's kind of nice to be back on the Horde side of stuff. Yeah, you said that when you joined. Yeah. My uncle's first, as I said, was also a Warlock. I think my Warlock was... I think it was my 5th character I got to max level. I remember my last character I leveled up was my Warrior. Because I had amassed quite a bit of stuff and you know, uh, actually twinked him. And I was just having a blast just being a twink leveling because he could just one-shot everything. It was amazing fun. Oh, I have an undead warlock here. This dude. And he is also one of my farming characters. At the moment I have leveled this one to farm, and then I've leveled my tailoring to make bags, and my leather worker because one of my mates is leveling a tank, so we can kind of like team up if I had a healer and he had a tank. I think I have to go into the water. I cannot remember. In the tool buckets, okay. Yeah. Especially if words get around that you're a decent tank, then you might actually get a lot of invites. Yeah, I don't. It's not, loot is not that important for me. It's more the experience. Mostly because I'm often super unlucky with loot.
I need to get something first.
Oh, the where do we have it? Oh, Blackrock Spire. Yeah, this one. Yeah, it has a 1.07 drop chance. I also remember that to actually some skills you needed books, but you also needed what's it called? You needed special skinning knives as a skinner to actually be able to skin stuff in like the raids, because you couldn't get enough skinning otherwise. So people had designated raid skinners.
It's too far away.
I'm just curious because I'm not that big of a channel, but what made you drop by? I really enjoyed having someone to talk to. I really appreciate it. But I just wonder what I did right today to actually capture you. Yeah, no, just wondering, because I'm really trying to learn how to become better. Get the ignition key. Okay, we can do that. Well, playing World of Warcraft is pretty chill, to be honest. Especially when you're just leveling. Like, there's no hassle, there's no struggle, no stress or anything. It's just chilling. Well, I'm happy that I could be your fix for World of Warcraft. if you begin playing the Burning Crusade again, I have my mage is called Rastas, and if you don't have anything, then you can always throw him a mail in game, and if I can make any bags, I will just I will make you some. Thunderstrike, is it? Yeah, Thunderstrike. There's only two The Burning Crusade servers. There's a PvP one and a normal one. It's just I know the hassle of leveling your first characters with no bags at all. So if I have the material, I don't mind making bags for people. That's okay. I'm just offering it. In the guild I was in Mist of Pandaria, I always filled the guild bank up with bags, so new players always had bags to begin with. Wait, where's the key? Key. The supervisor, okay, so I need to kill the supervisor. Ah, okay. That's nice. Mine has only gotten to silk bags. And I kind of have to level him to level 20 before I can go higher in tailoring. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind helping when I can. Again, it's a social game, so being social and helping people is part of the charm. Mr. Supervisor, could you please spawn so I could kill you? Yeah. I'm doing that as well, sending all the greens to my mage. And the same with all the cloth. That's why in the beginning I made all my characters and professions, because then I can send stuff around. Yeah, the music is actually pretty chill. 2 seconds. I can actually turn up the volume a bit. Let's see. Have I... Here we go. Options. Audio. Music. Let me know if it's too high.
Talk to me! Glad I could help!
Oh. would love to be monetized, because the work I do in my daily life is a hard job to continue to do forever. So it would kind of be nice to be monetized, and then could maybe do less hours at work and more hours at home. Oh, I forgot I got a talent point. There we go. I do have the subscribers, I just need people to actually watch my stuff for quite a few hours, yes. I actually have no idea what it's called, but I have been told that the best music is the one from Stormwind. So if you listen to the Stormwind
Time is money, friend.
but yeah, Blizzard used to make great music. I also love the music from the StarCraft games. It's actually kind of funny. I read up on World of Warcraft and found out that the original team were like 16 people. I stream using something called OBS. According to Google and reviews, OBS is one of the most like chill things to use for streaming. Yeah, it is, and you can get add-ons to it as well. Like right now, I have an add-on that allows me to both stream to YouTube and to Kick. So I'm streaming to two sites at once. Yeah, I'm lucky. I got Russ streaming, not Russ streaming, Russ as a viewer when I actually did League of Legends. But it's really, I don't know what it is, but it's really a hard, like gaming in itself. It seems like there's so much gaming content on YouTube and everywhere that it's not as easy to just get in. I think the first game I streamed the first game I live streamed was actually Alien Isolation. Because I wanted to play it again. But that was before I had my face on the game, in the thingy-majiggy. So I think that's why I didn't really get many views. After I began adding my face to some of my stuff, I have been getting more views than before. Or maybe it's just because I have more content now, so YouTube is better at actually knowing who to show it to. And by chance, I got invited to a YouTube event with some other YouTubers, and one of them is helping me now and again with like when I'm stuck with titles or thumbnails and stuff like that. Then I like write to him, and then we ping pong back and forth, and he kind of helped me like making them better, or like coming with some feedback that I could actually use to something. That's also why I asked you what made you join here, because you don't really get that much feedback. It's just like sometimes people watch something and sometimes they don't, but you never really know why. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Barons is really nostalgic. I remember I don't know how many times I've been like trying to hand in a quest, and then a high level just came into Crossroads, killed all the quest guys and just ran off. And you're just like, huh? What happened? Mandal Linux, welcome. Oh, there's 10% chance of a drop. Thank you. I will always just be myself and never try too hard, because yeah, it would be cool to be monetized, but I'm also just doing this for fun and giggles. That's why I like, yeah, like I don't lock myself in on one game and only playing that game forever, because that would just make me quit doing this. So it's kind of counterproductive for me. That's why I've played tons of different games. And along the way, I met some amazing people, like Russ. Yeah, same here. Like, when he wrote me asking if I wanted to start up again, I had canceled my subscription because the guild I was in Mr. Pandara had died. And like, me and two other officers had like a few months where we couldn't play. And then I came back and it was completely dead. And I canceled my sub, and I was like, well, yes, that's it for World of Warcraft. And then he was like, should we start? And it took him like 4 minutes to persuade me to come back to World of Warcraft, even though I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm just gonna play something else. I think it's the only game where I have said I quit and come back as many times as I have. Because there's just something that draws me to it.
I don't have a target.
And the good thing about the Burning Crusade and Classic is the metagaming is not as intense. Yeah, I understand that. As I said, I played Raynor, and then I think I played one more expansion, and then I was like, nope, because I just it just became too weird. When I played retail, they just butchered all the professions because you couldn't really craft anything people could use anyways. So it's like, why have professions when, like, you can't really use it anyways? That kind of like made me go, what? And then you had to like, it was an expansion where you got a necklace, and then you had to power that that necklace with power you got from doing dailies and stuff like that, and it just became a job instead of a game. Because if you had more than one character, you needed to do this on like 10 characters. Where in this one, you can have 10 characters, but you can just chill and have fun. Also, people in retail get so mad if you don't have the right talents and stuff like that. I have had people whisper me in raids telling me that I should go and respec instantly because due to my talents, I lost like 0.4% DPS, you know, and I'm just like, huh? Okay, who cares? Like, it's just... It just becomes too much. Just checking for high levels. I'm actually getting into my 40s this year. I'm 39 at the moment. Feeling kinda old. 39. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm 39. I'm from 1986. But it's nice to know that I don't look that age.
If you ever need anything, hurry back. Be good.
One of the I work at schools. I'm a school pedagogue, and when I began at the school I'm at now, the kids asked me how old I was, and I was like, yes, and some of them were like 20, but one of them just looked me straight in the eyes and was like, 84. And I was like, you think I'm 84 years old? And he was like, yep. I was like, well, thanks, I guess. I do feel that age at times, but it was just like, quest item, quest item, quest item. But then again, if you played World of Warcraft when it came out, and it came out in what did I Google myself to? It came out in 2004. That's 22 years ago. So if you ever played Classic when Classic came out, you are at least an adult now. There's no way around it. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is kind of impressive. But again, it just shows how what a splash it made when it came out, and what it meant for people to actually play it, and what made this game great. Not only the game, but the community. Yeah, it was way ahead of the time. I remember seeing the trailer for the game, and I was just like blown away. I was like, how can they make a game like that? It seemed like magic. And the funny thing is that every game since has been like, this game is gonna kill World of Warcraft. This game is a World of Warcraft killer, and World of Warcraft still lives. None of the others live. Yeah, it was. Oh, I should probably buy some arrows. I keep forgetting that.
Speak, friend.
Yeah. I still remember the commercials with Ozzy Osbourne and Mr. T for the Burning Crusade. Oh, that was fun. I actually still read there's a guy who made... Oh, it's all sold. That's nice. Well, they did have a massive game in the Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne series. Like, it drew tons of people. And the mods drew tons of people like Dota and stuff like that. So I do believe that they had a lot of income and people willing to invest in them because they actually had quite a few games who actually, like StarCraft. StarCraft was played on a professional level back then. So people were like, yeah, sure, we can give you money to do this. I felt like there's something I had to check. Oh yeah, okay, so I just googled how many people are currently playing the Burning Crusade Anniversary. And the data taken is from raids. And it says that around 240,000 people are actively raiding in the Burning Crusade servers. That's a lot of people here. And if everyone is paying a monthly fee, then it's a lot of money to the company as well. Yeah.
What's up? Keep it real.
No, it's kind of sad that they sold.
Be good.
The guy who owned Blizzard and let Blizzard do Blizzard stuff sold it to Activision. And then Activision sold it to Microsoft.
Time is money, friend. Have a good one. Yo! Keep it real.
But the problem is when they sold it to Activision, it became even more greedy than it was, and then, yeah.
Time is money, friend! Hurry back!
That's bound to me.
Yeah.
Talk to me! Glad I could help!
But again, it's still amazing that the game keeps going. I played the Warhammer MMO, that one died. And then I played Star Wars MMO, that one died as well.
Hurry back!
So all the World of Warcraft killers who came out, none of them ever killed World of Warcraft. Yeah, it took all the stuff that worked from other games of the similar like genre of the time, and just popped it into the universe it already had from the World of Warcraft games. And it just, as I said, they ran out of games in Denmark where I live. So you actually had to wait to get a copy. And it's just like, that shows how insanely popular this game was from day one, that they ran out of games. I remember I was waiting for my PC, and one I knew told me that if I ever saw the game, I could call him instantly and buy it for him. And I found it in a shop, and I called him, and he was just like, buy it. And I bought it to him. And then I asked the guy when new supplies would arrive, and he was like, well, this is the last one. They have a back catalog, so it's gonna be a few months before we have any new games. And I was just like, okay, I have to wait a few months for myself then. Yeah. Yeah, the current PC I have is so old that it actually has a Blu-ray and CD disk in it. So if I ever get a game where I need to pop it into the computer, I can still do that. Yeah, when Steam began with the Steam thingy, it just took off from there, and then everyone is just doing that now. It's so much easier. The only downside is that technically we don't own the games, we own the right to play the game.
Speak, friend. May your blades never dull.
Which is kind of weird and odd.
Yeah, what do you want? Be good. Glad I could help. Hurry back.
Yeah. I actually used to have, I saved all my old games and all the old covers from World of Warcraft. But at some point it was just like, I have too much stuff and I have to throw it out. But some of the old games I couldn't even play if I wanted to without installing a lot of emulators and stuff, because they just couldn't communicate with the newer systems. That is why I love what is it called, GOG.com, where they have old games and you can buy them and their work is just, oh, that was amazing. I had a lot of old school games that I played back then that I began playing again. That was fun. And then you remember how tough the old games were, and you just get your ass kicked over and over again, and you're just like, ah, that was fun. Isn't it faster to just run out, if I recall? Yes, it is. But it's kind of crazy, even in Anniversary. Like, I'm just gonna open the shop here. You can buy packs and services, and it's just insane that you get people buy this for the mounts, and I know people buy it for the mounts because I've seen a ton of people on these mounts just running around. So they do earn quite a lot of money just from people buying the packs to get going. Yeah, they do. And I do believe that had money not been an issue for me, I might actually just have leveled one of my guys up with the boost, because then you had a high level to just quest and do stuff and earn some gold, and then you could use that on your lower levels to actually get backs and stuff like that. But again, it has its charm, just living up by yourself and not being able to just instantly get everything from the beginning. Yeah, some microtransactions are kind of dumb. I especially hate it if it's in a game where you already have paid to play the game, and then the game is like, yeah, you have the game now, but if you want the full experience, you need to buy this stuff as well. And you're like, but I just bought the game. Why do I need to pay for something in a game I just bought? I don't understand. Whew. Yeah. I think the only times I have bought stuff in the store were when they were collecting money for something. Like when, was it Haiti got destroyed by earthquakes and stuff like that, and they made some pet or something, a mount or something, where all the money from the sales went to a charity. I bought that, but other than that, it's really just, yeah. Yeah, I played the Settlers 7, I think. I can't remember what number it was, but it has an open ending, and to get the ending, you have to buy a DLC, but you can't buy that DLC because they have removed it from the store. And I wrote to them and I was like, why have you removed? And they were like, oh, we don't sell that anymore. It's like, but you have this game and you have an open ending. Oh, I need to reload my UI here because add-on. And it's just like, but it's a DLC. All you have to do is basically just give a CD key and people can download it from your site. And they're like, nope, you cannot do that. And I'm like, but then I can't really finish this game. And they were like, nope, we are sorry about that. Have a great day. And I was just like, well, fuck you then. What's even weirder is it was Ubisoft, and Ubisoft loved to make money from all sort of random stuff. So why remove a DLC to one of your games from your store page so people can't buy it anymore? That made zero sense to me. It's a bit like when Disney made the Willow series from that old movie, and they had it on Disney Plus for like a week, and then they just removed it, and it's not coming back. And it's like, you just spent millions making this, and then you just removed it instantly after like a week. Why?
I can't cast that yet. I need a target.
One thing I do miss in this though. Oh, Well, thank you. My morale has surely been boosted. Yeah, it's kind of like, as I said, a lot of the first live streams I did, it was just me alone sitting there just talking to myself, and it's really like, this is boring. Like, but one thing I do miss from classic World of Warcraft is the politeness. I have farmed my way to chests and lanes here on this server and other servers, and then someone just runs past me and take it, and you're just like, but I just, can you see the horde of dead mobs leading up to this chest? I killed all of them to get to this chest that I was standing next to, and you just walk past me and take it. I don't recall people doing that back in the days. And even if they were like want to do it, they always ask like, is this your chest? And then you could be like, yeah, okay, and then they walked away, you know? And the same when you're just skinning mobs, just like, but do you plan to skin this, or do you plan to mine this? I do actually think that because of you, oh yeah, you actually became the #1 in the chat in just one live stream. So that means you have chatted more with me than anyone else has for like the past year. So that's kind of a boss move, I would say. I actually used, when I began streaming, I actually began to do giveaways in my streams at random points to see if I could lure people in. And well, I'm happy for that, but I really like, yeah, I don't really do that much of it myself, actually. So I never really watched the competition, what they do. I just started doing it. But I did giveaways, and one of the giveaways was won by my kid, because I was like, no one joined, so could you join just to see if it works? Joined and won because there's no one else, so it just picked that person. One time I won myself because I wrote in the chat that people could join and how to join it, but because I was the only one written in the chat, I won the award myself. And then one time, one of my friends who's a moderator, when he remembers it, won. And after that I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna stop that, because it's kind of annoying that you actually put money up and do stuff, and then people don't show up. Used to stay at much in the Northeast Barrens. So I have to find a bus dude. Okay. He's in here somewhere. I live in a well, it's a city, but it's not that big of a city. But it's bigger than a small town, I would say. Let me check. I live in a city that has 40,000 inhabitants. I have two, and that's too big for me. There's just too much, like, it was just too busy. Yeah, we have a nice country, but when you have anxiety, the major cities, when you walk around there, you like, my senses was just overloaded with inputs. So I do not mind that I currently live in a city that is not a million people. Yeah, I am extremely grateful for what I have. It's also why I love when Russ comes to chat with me, because he was one of the first people who actually chatted with me, you know? And I have the same feeling in real life as well. I'm just happy that I'm able to do what I do. I see it as a blessing that I can actually come home from work and have a decent meal and then hop on my PC and then play a game that I enjoy. One of my mates actually told me that he thinks I should do like a donation when I'm live. And it's just like, sure, I could do that, but just feel I'm not really, like, in my mind, I'm not there yet, where I'm like asking people to donate when I'm live. It's just, it seems, yeah, I don't know, it's just weird for me. Yeah, I know. Like, I still recall when visiting family, like, and you were able to get one cola, and you're just like, oh, I got a whole cola, oh, and you're just like, and now it's just like, sure, I can have a cola when I want. Yeah. It really was. Yeah, I got to think about it quite a lot recently because all the living grandparents I left all died within like the same year and a half, and you just stop up and think about stuff when people die, and when all of them just died like in one like go, like it just made you go and rethink all the memories and stuff you did with them and the life experience you had with them and stuff like that. Like all the bullshit they had to like get through, so we today could actually live in a world where you most often actually don't have to work 7 days a week, where you actually have a weekend and stuff like that. Yeah, it really is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm middle-aged when I turn 40. Yeah, you can only hope. Like, I have a kid, and sometimes when, not even, like, every kid basically, I have at school as well, at work, when we talk about stuff that they just take for granted, like cell phones, internet, and stuff like that. And it's like, they can't even imagine a time where everyone didn't have a cell phone or internet. I don't hope that I will get a midlife crisis, but who knows? Yeah. And some of them are kind of fucked because of what they see and do, and some is just because, and this is just from my experience with work and stuff like that, but I've also seen a lot of parents who, like, they always just take the kid's side, which means that no matter what the kid does, they just protect them. Which means that when they do stupid stuff, instead of just telling the kid, like, what are you doing, that's stupid, they're just like, well, why should my kid not do this when they have access to it? It's just like, okay, so you're blaming the entire internet that your kid watched something that you should have stopped them from watching, you know? Or kids who break something at school, and instead of, like, you know, having to pay for it or do chores or something, then they sometimes just go like, well, it was the school fault anyway. Like, it's just like, but it's your kid who threw it out of the window. how is that my fault? Like, you know? Yeah, I know, but when I grew up, if I did something dumb, uh, my parents, they would listen to me, but they would also take in what the other people around them actually said, instead of just instantly saying, my kid is right, you're wrong. And it's kind of like, yeah, I understand that you want to protect your kid, but if like 7 adults say your kid did this, then maybe you should believe the adult instead of your kid, because it's just, you're protecting them so much that right now in Denmark we have a problem with it's a weird problem, but people are taking their parents to job interviews as like adults. So when they are between 16 and 20, when people are trying to get a job, they bring their parents to the job interview, which is weird, I have to say. I don't know what I should do, what I would do if I was sitting at a job interview and trying to interview someone for the job, and their parents were sitting behind them going like, you got this, you go, or began answering instead of the person. I think, I don't know, I just read a paper about it in Danish. I don't know if it's only in Denmark. I think it's maybe around the world, but it's just crazy. Yeah, it is. And it's like, okay, I know you want to help your kid, but maybe talk to them about what a job interview is, and then let them go to the job interview themselves. Because it kind of sets the wrong impression that you as a parent is sitting there and being like, my kid is great, you should hire them. And you're like, okay, so are you coming to do that work for them as well? Or actually, you know, oh damn, it's 9. I'm done. Well, thank you for chatting with me. It was really, really wonderful. I normally end the live stream around now. I'm gonna do that again today. I cannot promise. I can promise you that I'm not level 19 next week, because I'm gonna play it during the week. But yeah, it was really, really nice having you two chatting with me. I really enjoyed that. So really, really a lot of thanks from me to you. And I hope that that you get some time to play it yourself soon. And as I said, if you end up on this realm as a horde, send my mage a mail and I will send you some bags if I can. All that jazzy stuff. And yeah, it was really nice. And as I said, and again, the post I have on my YouTube page that links to some old videos of me doing old dungeons with some mates. You should really watch that, because that really is right from Classic, so it hits you right in the nostalgia. But yeah, that's it. I hope to see you next week. I don't know if it's going to be World of Warcraft again, but it might be because I have been lured into this world. So yeah, and I just hope that you have a pleasant day or the rest of the day, and a great time until we see us again. Bye.